I'm saying, dude, our sitcom bar should be the Applebee's bar right here.
Have you been there when the sun goes down?
Yes.
It gets pretty ghetto.
It's a little ghetto. And
it turns into like a neighborhood bar when the sun goes down.
But come on, think about it. You and me, we're the ghettoest people that I know. Throw me in the streets of Compton, I'll survive, buddy. First of all, if I said buddy in the streets of Compton.
I'm not helping you out with this one.
It can't be that bad, oh, 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 it can't be that bad.
But I also remember my brother always liked watching movies and watch a movie over and over again. That's where I got it from. Like, we watch a movie, we like it, we'll watch it 4 times in that weekend. That was like pretty common in our household when we were growing up.
What do you think it is about rewatching movies that we find comfort in rather than seeking to watch new movies?
The psychiatrist tells me that it's the ADHD brain of like finding comfort in knowing what happens next.
Oh. Why? Is there anxiety when you don't know what's happening next in the movie?
Of course. I mean, there's anxiety if you don't know what's happening next, period. That's the end of that sentence. But I mean, I don't know. I have always felt like if I watch a movie twice or multiple times, I pretend, for lack of a better word, that it's my first time watching it.
Mm-hmm. Were you the type of kid that when you were, you pretend that it's your first time watching it, so you wouldn't recite the lines as the movie was going?
A little bit. I do now, especially like with Goodfellas and shit like that. I've actually started doing it more with Karen, because Karen, like, I can't watch a fucking Disney film with her because she sings all the fucking songs, which is fine. I love you, babe. But like, sometimes I want to hear them sing.
You just start making the TV louder.
Nope, she'll overpower.
You start taking her lips and start closing it more.
You can't. She does that no mouth singing. Oh no, I'm just kidding. But she does. But she does that a lot, and so I've gotten into the habit. I've always been a like sidebar talker during movies. You know that.
Mm-hmm. I know this. Going to the movie theaters with you, there is a strategy that needs to be that you need to be aware of when you're talking during a movie. You have to know exactly when there's a pause. Yeah. You do not have it. You do not have it.
Every time it's quiet, that's when you talk.
No.
Yeah, because then they can't hear you.
First of all, your baseline whisper is a regular person's normal talk.
Okay, well, who's to say?
And you start talking not in between dialogue, during dialogue in the movies. We watched that one Matt Damon movie, Shrinking.
Okay, but that movie sucked.
It did suck. So I'm not too upset that you were talking during that movie. You were bored. Okay. And then you also started talking during that one movie, Sorry to Bother You. Which is
because it was weird. I was scared.
It was so your reaction is to start talking.
Yeah, of course, because it was scary. I had to make it funny.
Okay, have you gotten better at not talking during movies ever since? Does Karen ever say like, "Babe"?
No, she likes when I talk during movies.
Really?
Yeah.
She wants the commentary.
I'm smart.
Okay.
I say stuff like, "Oh, look at that guy's hands."
That's what you say? It's not even a fun fact about the movie?
His hands are like this. It's like Illuminati.
I have to control myself around Melissa because I usually say, you know that actor? That's the brother of the sister of the cousin of this director's
that's Jonah Hill's sister. And you're like, oh, no way.
That's actually a fun fact to say. The girl from Booksmart?
Yeah, because her last name's not Hill.
Yeah, they changed it. Yeah. And she's really good.
She's okay.
You don't like her?
I don't.
She's like a female Jonah Hill.
She's not.
With probably better mannerisms, bedside mannerisms.
Bedside mannerisms?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
That's like how you talk to your significant other, right? She has better pillow talk because it doesn't seem like Jonah Hill.
I have no idea how her... Yeah, okay, I guess. I have no idea. Her pillow talk might be worse. I have no idea. Ooh. I'm just judging them strictly on their acting and the characters that they play. Mm-hmm. I can't stand her characters.
You really? I think she's comedic. She looks like Jonah Hill with a wig on.
I mean, she's the Gen Z's Melissa McCarthy. So,
who's your favorite Gen Z actor right now?
A Gen Z actor,
or like how, for example, if I may, Instagram's algorithm is shooting Olivia Rodrigo into my phone, and I don't know why. I'm not even that big of a fan. I think she's pretty. I think she's talented, but
don't say it now. Instagram's heard you.
Now it just really thinks it thinks I really like these young, petite looking women. Like
I somehow have gotten to breastfeeding videos, and I don't like it. I don't want it. Instagram. I've seen it 3 times come up where I'm like scrolling through like funny videos, dog video, breastfeeding video. And I'm like, I don't want this.
How long do you stay on that breastfeeding video before you actually swipe?
I give them the credit they deserve. I stare until it's done.
until the entire meal is done?
Baby's full.
Okay,
It
next.
would be rude to. I don't know. Oh no, honestly, I do hit not interested, but it's come up 3 times now.
You think it's your porn search history?
No, because that's not connected to my Instagram.
Yeah, but I feel like it's still going into
But I'm
your
not
phone.
looking up. No, but I'm not looking up breastfeeding.
Good. I mean,
Not
not
looking up like
to,
pregnant porn.
which
You know
is
what I mean?
a crazy
like, I don't
thing
know
to
why
me.
I would think that that's my thing.
Pregnant porn is a weird thing that exists in the zeitgeist
I
of the
mean,
internet.
porn. Period. I think if you take a good look at it, it's weird. Period.
I think porn is porn is normalized, like normal porn.
It's
But I don't
no,
want
no.
to kink shame.
Porn is normalized.
Yes,
But if you really take a step back and be like, oh, you like watch people have sex on the internet?
yes. If an alien species were to come down to Earth and notice that the species that inhabits this planet is also watching on a tiny screen.
Other people.
Other people, doing the damn thing, but not reproducing. The fact that we do the thing that reproduces, but we stop the reproduction, aliens would be like, why would you not want your
maybe
species
not.
to grow?
Dolphins do that.
Dolphins?
Yeah.
What do you mean?
There's a lot of masturbation in the dolphin community.
How do dolphins masturbate?
They get a fish, they bite its head off, and then they fuck the dead body.
Is that improv or
Nope,
is that's real?
That's what dolphins do.
And is that also in your Instagram algorithm that you've been seeing?
That's the one I like.
That's when you watch to completion, literal completion.
No, I mean Instagram knows what I like: cars, guns, and dogs.
Yeah.
That's all I want to see on Instagram.
And there has to be some. And you're like a big titty man, so I feel like
I do love me some big fake.
Because
titties.
I've seen you try to show me some videos on your Instagram, and you have to sift
Okay,
through.
I do have some big bimbos on
And
there.
also, I just gotta say, sidebar, you judge me for not liking the same type of women that you like.
I don't judge you. I just know we like different types of women.
Yeah, wildly different type of women.
yeah, insane. Yeah,
I like authentic, real,
authentic,
petite, proportion women.
I'm in it for the personality.
You are not. You are looking at 2 different double D personalities that cost thousands of dollars.
And shouldn't she be rewarded for that
She should.
investment?
I used to be the type of person that'd be like, why would you ever want to get fake titties? Like, it's your body, your choice, and I get it. And I've definitely seen some fake titties where I'm just like, that was a good move.
What if I got fake tits?
I wouldn't judge you.
Would you look at them?
Yeah, you would show me.
I mean, would you want to look at them?
If we were best friends and we were of opposite genders and we were still platonically best friends, would we be the type of best friends?
That's
a lot of layers.
Yeah.
I understand. Let's say if I was your
No, I would say no.
you I say
You don't get to.
Can you look at this mole on my nipple? Would you actually be like, fine? But then you can't.
Am I the girl?
I'm the girl in this one.
No.
You wouldn't want to?
I'd be like, gross. Yuck.
Well,
You make me sick.
that's what you would say. No, as a best friend, you should actually validate me and boost my confidence.
Or I'm going to be like, I'm not a doctor. We have friends that are in the medical field. Why are you asking me?
So I should show Otis my tits.
I mean, you shouldn't show me.
Lately, I've been having it's a reoccurring issue that women come up to. They observe my chest because I have a bigger chest, and it'll be during the most random moments that they'll stare and they'll be like, "Wow, you have bigger tits than I do," and I don't know how to take that. Is it a compliment? Should I comfort them? Are they fishing for a compliment? Me saying like, "Hey, no, your tits are fine," but then that's crossing a boundary.
I mean, you definitely can't say, well, let me see. You can't say
I'll
that.
be the judge.
I'll let you know.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe you missed that by about 30 years, 40 years. No, I think what you do is you slap whatever's in their hands out of their hands. And then you say, you speak when spoken to, woman.
There you go. Yes.
Yeah.
Go
That'll
back.
stop it from happening. For sure. I can guarantee it will never happen again.
They would never talk to me ever again.
Yeah. I mean, the repercussions are so much worse if you do that. But one of them will be, you won't get that question anymore.
That's true.
So
I mean,
if that's the goal.
Would you take it as a compliment if someone says like your tits are bigger
I have
than mine?
no chest. I have been notoriously flat-chested my whole life. So
But you are famously.
I wish people would tell me.
You're full bottomed. At least you got a
Full
full
bottomed.
bottom. Yeah, you got a butt on you.
I mean, the doctor calls it fullus dickius when you just have a huge cock.
Oh.
But, yeah, I mean, who's to say?
It's an underlying condition that you've had since a baby.
I mean, I've been trying to get it removed.
You get lightheaded because the blood flow is always in the wrong
I can't remember.
head.
I can't remember. I just black out.
That sucks, and it's not from drinking.
My
It's
heart
just-
starts beating slower.
Do you remember the day that you found out a boner wasn't a bone?
I mean, I don't know if I ever thought it was.
You never thought it was?
We've talked about this. I didn't put a lot of thought into sexuality growing up as a
you're
kid.
right.
I just
kinda
it just
did.
wasn't. It was just I was thinking about dinosaurs.
That's so wholesome.
Like straight through to the 8th grade.
And it's crazy because you were wholesome for a larger portion of your early life than I was, yet you are much more tainted in this later portion of life than I am. Because I'm more of the wholesome guy right now. Even though people would claim me to be ICBTB's bad boy.
You do have the title of ICBTB's bad boy.
I'm the bad boy. It can't be that bad.
I'm not vying for that spot. That's all you, buddy.
It was started off. You were the bad boy at first. You know, the whole sunglasses indoors type thing.
I think it's just because I have cataracts is why I wear the sunglasses.
Mm-hmm. Nice, yeah. I have transition shades, so that makes me more of a badass now.
I don't know if it was like wholesome, because it truly was like I just didn't think about it. Sex is like, even now, sex isn't like number one on my brain. Usually, like, it's probably something a lot dumber.
What's number one on your brain right now?
Right now, it's that I'm fucking like sweating, but like, you know.
You haven't cooled down yet?
I haven't. Have you? Did you cool
yeah,
down
the
already?
AC's, like, I feel the AC
I can feel
hitting.
it, yeah.
Yeah. I just, like, I've said it before. I know when you're getting hot because your upper lip glistens. Yeah, that's an interesting area to start sweating in.
I'm a sweaty person, period.
That's okay. That means you lose weight fast. It's water weight that you lose first.
I mean, at my thinnest, I still had quite a bit of water weight. So
really,
yeah,
that's from all the beer that you were just chugging.
You know what? What's life worth without beer,
dude? When we went to LA and we got our first pack of Trulies, it was the first day, and at the end of the first day, or like when we woke up the next day, you looked into the mini fridge in our hotel, and you said, "Hey, not to worry you, but how many cans of Trulies have you had?" I said, "I'm working on my second one." And you were like, "Oh, well, that's not good." And come to find out, you had drank every other Truly. And they come in 12 packs. So by doing the math, if I'm working on my second one, that means you, by proxy, had finished 10.
I think at that point I had 8.
Where did the other 2 go?
Because the other 2 were still in there.
Oh, there's still 2 more.
Yeah.
Okay, sounds good.
But yeah, that's a bad. Yeah, I have that. Yeah, I get. Yeah, that happens.
How's that? Like, where does it go? I was watching this video of this guy. He calls himself the glizzy guzzler, the glizzy goblin, or something like that. You say the throat goat. Might as well be. He has 3 uncooked glizzies, aka hot dogs.
I mean, they're all cooked technically.
Oh, I guess so. Yeah, you kind of do that though with seltzers. I've never seen someone
deep throat a seltzer. Mm-hmm. Why isn't that guy doing the hot dog competition on 4th of July?
I feel like
he could beat Joey Chestnut if he's that good.
Who's the Asian dude that does it really fast?
He's actually, we don't talk about him.
Why? What did he do?
We don't talk about him.
Is he canceled?
He got like he was winning too good, and then they brought in Joey Chestnut, and now Joey Chestnut's taking the lead, and he's our guy now. We're Joey Chestnut guys.
Why? What does it? Why is it so controversial?
Well, you know, when money gets involved, stupid things become really important.
Well, do people start gambling now? Are people placing bets on these hot dog competitions?
If you watch the 30 for 30 about the Nathan's hot dog eating contest that they did on ESPN, they don't say it outright that it's because of gambling, but they, definitely pushed Joey Chestnut to the throne to outpush that Japanese guy.
Wow, it's politics.
It is
politics, dude. In the hot dog eating
and Joey
community.
Chestnut's won like 17 hot dog eating competitions, dude, and each year he tops his record.
Would you want to be that guy though?
No, they do a lemonade drinking contest right before. I wouldn't mind being that guy.
Ooh, the sugar rush though.
Well, I mean,
I would, and the acidity that comes from the citrus of those lemons.
I assume it's like the powder, the country time lemonade.
Okay, that makes me feel better.
The stomach pain.
It would hurt. Everything would hurt. Because imagine.
Oh, my tummy hurts.
My tummy hurts.
Oh, my tummy hurts.
Imagine what. So on YouTube, it's so popular to just eat a copious amount of food in front of the camera.
I mean, yeah.
There's this girl. Her YouTube handle is Gal versus Food or something like that, and it's this very attractive girl that just eats a fuck ton of fast food in her car. She's gorgeous. She is. Her lashes are popping. She has, I don't know if they're contacts, but her eyes are really nice. Good facial structure. Good nose. Good everything. And she is this type of girl that says, "Oh, okay, McDonald's McDouble, 2 bites," and she could do it in 2 bites. And I think about, like, this is impressive. I understand why this is hitting the algorithms correctly, because it's an attractive girl
for you
eating a lot of food. This is everything that I want. I love food and I love pretty girls, right? But I'm thinking about when the cameras are off. Are her shits as pretty as her?
No, I can guarantee they're not.
And how does she stay that healthy? Do you with that kind of career?
Vomit.
You have to work
She just
out.
throws it up immediately after.
Oh God, no. That's I used to do this thing when I do this thing where when I feel guilty about eating a lot of food, I will sometimes realize I don't need these calories mid chew, and then I will suck all the flavor out of the thing that I'm chewing, then I spit it out. But I don't do it often. It's on the last bite, and then I stop eating after that.
Does the food, when you spit it out, look like gray? Like, have you taken the color out of it too?
Yeah, it depends on the food.
That's gross. Honestly, that's fucking nasty.
I mean, I don't have the best habits. But...
No, I mean, that is a weird... what's a weird relationship with food, actually?
Yeah, you know me. I have a weird relationship with food.
I mean, you might as well...
It's an open relationship with food.
If you're sucking the flavor out, aren't you sucking out all this, like, the fats and oils anyways?
I'm getting, like, the calories from the seasoning and whatnot, but I'm not taking
I actually think you're not
carbs.
getting the calories because you're not eating the food.
Then what am I getting?
Nothing.
I'm
You're
dieting.
Getting nothing.
So I should come out with a new diet book.
Food suckers.
Food suckers only. Imagine eating those corn dogs. You had 2 corn dogs... and I hate to kind of just put you out there, but you did prior to this.
2 corn dogs isn't
just
a crazy amount of corn dogs, by the way.
Not.
You always say that like it's a lot, but I'm like, 2 isn't a lot. That time I had 3, sure.
It's the amount of time that you put them down. It's not necessarily the quantity. But
I'm a fast eater. I know that.
You are, yeah. So with that, imagine if you were to eat all of that and just suck the flavor out of the corn dogs and then spit it out afterwards.
I don't know if you can suck all the flavor out of it.
It's too dry. It's too dry. Whatever you're eating it. You're eating it.
Oh my gosh.
I got made fun of recently, by the way. Because so I have a coworker who made banana bread, and I'm a sucker for banana bread, especially if it's really good banana bread. She gave me the last bit wrapped up in foil, and I told her that it was so good that when I ate it when I got back home,
you licked the foil.
I not only licked the foil, I had eaten the banana bread so much that foil had ended up in my mouth, and I had to spit the foil out. And they were laughing, and I had to explain that this wasn't my first occasion with that happening.
You don't have to tell me.
You know it. I think you've been around when I've eaten stuff with a plastic fork and I've bit off a piece of the plastic fork.
I mean, I once saw you suck the wrapper off a popsicle.
Why do I have to think about that? That's never fucking happened. That's I can differentiate.
It wasn't a popsicle.
It's almost everything else. What? I don't know. You've never done that before? Is it just me?
I mean, when McDonald's had cheese paper, when that was a thing.
Cheese paper. Oh, where the paper gets stuck to the cheese.
When the cheese gets stuck to the paper. And then you can eat the cheese off the paper.
That doesn't happen anymore?
No, but like there was a point when McDonald's was like, oh, cheese like doesn't stick. You can eat the cheese off our paper because we're a disgusting country.
Of course I would eat the cheese off of the paper. Of course.
I just remember the commercials where the guys are eating it off the paper. And then I did it because I saw it on TV.
You should be that guy. You know how we're trying. So ever since we did the Meter podcast,
I'm the paper guy.
We should start. I can imagine you being the guy that goes like, wow, Wendy's came out with a new 2 for $20 menu item. I'm down for that. And you look like you could do a lot of fast food commercials.
I mean, I already eat fast food already. I don't need more in my life. I've found a happy medium right now.
Where you don't eat a lot?
I mean, no, I eat it.
When's the last time you had fast food?
Just a couple days ago.
What'd you have?
McDonald's, always my standard. You know that.
What's your standard?
They call me Mr.
order?
Alex over at that McDonald's.
Oh, you know the woman that works at the Columbus Parkway.
They know my car. They know when I order online on my thing.
They're like, hurry! 55 nuggets, 55.
He likes 2 ketchups with his nuggets. I mix it up.
You do that?
Yeah.
You have like a specific like condiment order too?
No, generally I don't ask for condiments, but Karen likes her dipping sauces.
Oh, what? You like your McDonald's dry? Boy?
No, I like it the way they say it, the way they prepare it.
Okay. What's your go-to burger there?
I like the 2 double cheeseburgers and fries, the number 7 meal.
Is that enough?
You put 2 burgers in your pockets, you eat your fries, then you go on your way, and then you get hungry. Boom.
You do have.
Pocket
there was
burger.
an episode that we did where in the middle of it,
multiple.
I don't know who our guest was, but you offered.
I think it was Austin.
You offered him a McDouble, and you just ate it on the show. And like not even for content, you just do this randomly.
They fit perfectly in any because you got to think the double quarter pounder, the Big Mac, those all come in boxes. Right,
yeah.
The fish fillet, that's a box. You can't put a box in your pocket.
Yeah.
All right, so what you need is a wrapped sandwich. So you can go with the McChicken, you can go with like the single burger, but the single burger is never as good. So you get the double, You get 2 of them with the number 7 meal. You get fries with it. It's a perfect meal.
And that way you have cheese on your paper, right? Because it's wrapped up.
And I'm pretty sure the whole thing is like, like at Wendy's, it's like a foil thing. So sometimes the cheese, like it doesn't come off easily.
They do a foil thing at Wendy's?
Well, it's not like foil. It's like foil on one side, paper on the other. It doesn't come off as easy at other places, is what I'm saying.
I'm actually surprised at how much you know about the
cheese
wrapping.
paper.
Yes, about all the different things that.
I'm not happy.
You're well versed.
I'm not happy.
Well versed in the fast food universe. You are what I was in high school.
Okay.
That's a good one. Yes.
Yes. I like scary gay.
What?
I like scary gays.
What is scary gay?
Like, yes, I am gay, but I'll beat you to the oblivion.
When's the last time you ran into a scary gay person?
It's been a long time.
Because they're not scary anymore. Or they were never scary. I've never ran into...
There'll be some bodybuilder gays out there who could like pummel you to death and then maybe kiss you.
Pummel you to death. Yeah. I haven't ran into any of... I mean, even then...
I bet you have. I guarantee you. The amount of time you spend in the gym, I guarantee you have.
Yeah, someone's definitely gay. I mean, if I were to guess that someone's gay in the gym, then I would run into them.
Well, I mean, you could stop pointing at them when you walk in. That would be fine.
This
is horrible.
What is it?
Pomegranate.
You want to switch?
Tastes like jalapeno.
Are you real? So when you make that noise with your mouth and you're tasting stuff, does that actually help?
Yeah, because it's aerating the flavors in your mouth so that when it goes to your nose, because all taste comes from your nose.
I hate that you had an actual answer for that. Okay.
I
thought you were being theatrical with a... You do that when you eat pussy?
But it's not for the flavor.
Tilapia?
This is so weird. It's got like a jalapeno. Like, you try it.
I've had this before.
It's got like a jalapeno aftertaste. Like a jalapeno margarita.
Oh, I do taste that.
You taste that?
Yeah.
Interesting.
Speaking of margaritas, when's the last time you got a margarita from Applebee's?
Never.
Or were you never a fan of Applebee's? Your brother worked at Applebee's. That's where he met the love of his life.
And Ashley worked there. Yeah, I mean, I've eaten at Applebee's more than I'd like to admit, but I know that their cocktails are all pre-made, and they all have like next to no alcohol in them, and they're all sugar, and everything's cooked in a microwave.
You know they have their own house bourbon?
Applebee's bourbon? Apple bourbon?
I got it. It wasn't that good.
I mean, I can guarantee it's not.
I was impressed, though, that they have a house bourbon.
That's called marketing, Christian.
It's great marketing, and guess what? They got a good $12 out of me.
I mean, the sucker's born every day.
Yeah, that's it's my fault, but I wanted to give it a try. It was better than getting a sugary, Sour Patch margarita with the Corona stuff deep into it.
I do like Corona-ritas.
It's a lot.
When they're done right, I do like a good Corona-rita.
It's a lot. It's so flashy. They put the entire fucking bottle up in a goblet.
It's just like it's a Corona with more lime juice.
You're with a lot more lime juice.
And like maybe a shot of like Grand Marnier or something.
I'm saying, dude, our sitcom bar should be the Applebee's bar right here.
Have you been there when the sun goes down?
Yes.
It gets pretty ghetto.
It's a little ghetto. And
it turns into like a neighborhood bar when the sun goes down.
But come on, think about it. You and me, we're the ghettoest people that I know. Throw me in the streets of Compton, I'll survive, buddy. First of all, if I said buddy in the streets of Compton...
I'm not helping you out with this one.
I'm a blood, buddy. What do you think you know?
You have blood.
Yeah, I have blood. I could do the Crip walk if I want. Dude, you are obsessed with this jalapeno taste. I said let's switch.
I'm too far in now.
What?
I have to finish it. I've made the commitment.
You're a completionist is what it is.
I mean, that's what every girl's told me.
It's okay. You don't think you and I can survive on this?
I mean, on the street, what, like homeless?
No. We have a residence in Compton, let's say. But you and I...
We own a home.
You think like we have enough between your street smarts and my potential meth-making abilities with my biotech background? You think we could make it? We could slang it.
What are you going to tell them when you're getting mugged? Like, no, don't mug me. I can make meth.
I can make you methamphetamine at a really high purity.
They'd be like, I don't want that. I want your wallet.
No. If these gangsters are actually good business people,
they're not.
Some of them are.
No, they're
Some
not.
of them
That's
are.
a movie.
And movies are inspired to art imitates life.
I just think the people we would be rubbing elbows with are not the the smart ones.
Oh, you think we'd be hanging out with dumb gangsters? I'm looking for this. I'm looking for the smart gangbangers.
First of all, why are we with gangbangers anyways?
Because you never know when inflation goes up and we are shoved out of the Bay Area and we have to go to the streets of Inglewood or some shit.
I mean, I was legitimately looking at a job in Inglewood just yesterday.
Not all parts of Inglewood are bad, but if we're in a really
new
bad
Inglewoods.
part.
Yeah, no. I mean, it's all changing.
Yeah.
That's what gentrification does.
But just saying.
We did it to the Indians. We're going to do it to everybody else.
You grew up in L.A. or you were born in L.A. Let's say you had never moved.
Pico Rivera.
How do you think you would have been if you had stayed in Pico Rivera?
Karen asked me that not too long ago. I mean, I really have no idea. I mean, because I spent all of my formative years and all of my learning experiences were here in the Bay Area, all the things that made me into the personality and the person that I am, I mean, I would be 100% different. Nothing that I learned or the people that I've met or the experiences that I had would have happened there. It's just far enough away and different that it would be, it's like for you, for example, it's one thing to be like, if you would have stayed in Pittsburgh, how different would you be? Like, I think you'd actually probably be vaguely along the same lines.
Yeah.
Like, it's not too crazy. But I think I would be wildly different person. I mean, yeah, I couldn't even begin to think about the differences of what it could be.
What do you think are the main factors of having grown up in Benicia that made you exactly who you are today? Like, what are the defining factors?
I think the ones that stand out the most, one would be just culture, right?
Yeah.
The area that we live in is a completely different thing. I would have been growing up with a lot closer in proximity to my family. Mm-hmm. So cousins and uncles and aunts and shit like that. So I probably would have had a different relationship with them than the one that I had growing up. Because I mean, my brother have always said it was so weird moving out here and being all on our own. These people didn't know us. They never knew us. Mm-hmm. And once they got to meet us, it was a whole different, we were already adults by the time they had to be reintroduced to us, So, I mean, that would all be different because I look at people like you and how close you are with your family. Mm-hmm. And in the past, I've had girlfriends who are, know their cousins, have been with their cousins every day since the day they were born, or have family that used to live here and, now they go visit them in other places. And I never had that. I never felt that kind of connection to the extended family because it was just the four of us. It was always just the four of us. So, I mean, I don't know. I think that would have made me a different person, right? I think that kind of...
the lack of extended family.
Yeah.
Played.
Not that it made me a bad person or a jaded person or a happy person or I wouldn't have been happy if, you know what I mean? I just think it would have been a different person. It's a different experience,
But you did tell me that because of that lack of extended family or that lack of rapport with extended family, that's the reason why you call some of your uncles by their first name. Because,
yeah.
And you understand the love or the affection behind me calling all of my uncles and aunties, if I'm just meeting for the first time, I call them tito, tita, blah, 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 blah. But you not having that kind of background, you said no, that's a grown man. I'm going to call you by your first name.
Yeah, I mean, it's all so silly, the title uncle and stuff, it's just it is it is kind of silly, but everything is silly if you break it down to its dumbest point.
And then everything is also beautiful if you build it up to its best point.
It's all in your perspective, and it's not like I don't respect my uncles or the men that they are and stuff like that. But it's also not like I don't know. Like I've said in the past, it's not like my uncle didn't come over when I had a bad day. I didn't go to my uncle's house when I had a bad day at school, and we played catch in the backyard until I figured, or I didn't get advice. You know what I mean? I didn't get too much advice from my dad either, to be honest with you. I mean, it was all pretty facetious from my father. Most of my learning came from my brother and my cousin Jeff and stuff like that. So I don't know. I mean, and maybe I'm jaded and so I'm angry about it, I guess. Or I just am envious about the other side because I've seen the other side. I've seen how people get so broken up about stuff. But all my dad's brothers, they passed away way before I was born. Yeah. So it wasn't even they're moved away. You'll meet them when we go down and visit them.
That's how I feel about my father's siblings. My mom, when you look at me and you know how close I am with my family. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty close with some of my dad's side of the family, but like when I'm thinking about like my family, I'm thinking about my mom's siblings and my mom's siblings and cousins and their children who are my cousins. And I look at my dad, his siblings. I only know like a few of them, but some of them like had never left the Philippines. Some of them I've only met like a few times. One of them lives in Germany, you know. And then like it's weird to think that I don't know that side of the family.
Yeah. Do you think when your families marry in the Filipino culture or in your family in particular, is there a fairly decent blend of like, now we're two families together, we all hang out? Or is it still like we're the, let's say your mom's maiden name Smith. This is the Smith family party. Mm-hmm. This is the Baltazar family party. And they, for the most part, don't really interchange.
Yes.
Is that how it is for you?
For the entire families to come together comfortably is very rare. There's like a cordial rapport and like select members of the person marrying in. They'll come and hang out and they'll really get along. But for the entire family to like, okay, now the size of the family parties are doubled. Yeah, that's generally very rare. No,
the Cortezes stay the Cortezes.
Yes, these are the Cortez family parties. These are the Lopez family parties, and but. Sometimes, like, you know, like the brothers of the Cortez family, or like, you know, the young cool cousins, they'll come over and they hang out with the Lopez's because they love Hennessy too. Type of thing.
Yeah, I mean, I think in my family it was always really interesting because my mom came from a family of all daughters, so they all married into families, and I think it's a little bit easier if you have a daughter, at least in our family, in our culture, I guess. Mm-hmm. It's easier for the woman to come into a new family and be accepted, right? And now she's part of that family. So all of my aunts, you know, married into new families and they got different last names and those families had parties and stuff. So when we did like the Mendoza family parties, it was just like the 4 girls and their families and just the immediate, you know, family like that. Mm-hmm. Just plenty of people, don't get me wrong. And then my dad's side of the family, you know, the Middletons, from the day I was born, there was only 3 Middletons in America, my dad, my dad's dad, and then a cousin. The rest had all kind of like died out. So the other family that was closest was the Cakebeans, and they kind of had like these big family parties and stuff. Mm-hmm. And the Middletons were always kind of like the fringe edge of it because they had kind of like run out of numbers, for lack of a better term. Mm-hmm. So I can always remember being like, always feeling like our family, no matter which family party we went to, was the outside. You know what I mean?
You were the outside family.
Yeah, and you know
that's an interesting position.
We were the family that like, we'll invite the Middletons too.
Yeah, we only see the Middletons every now and then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is I'm gonna pick a random last name because I'm not trying to pick a family in particular. But yeah, we're having a Fernandez party. Mm-hmm. But we'll invite the Middletons too. Like I've always kind of felt like that's kind of how our family was.
Your family is that friend that you'll invite every so often. Your family's that friend at a hangout where when you talk to them, it's a catch up rather than like, so it's always like, hey, how are you? How have things been? Type of thing, rather than just like, hey, come here and like take a shot right now. Type
of course, because we've always lived so far away and stuff, and you know, when we visit, we're only there for 5 days or less. You know what I mean? So it's almost always catch up time.
When you think about like,
except for I have a couple of cousins where I have really good everyday relationships with now.
Yes.
But still, for the most part, 90% of my relationships with my family, extended family, it's all pretty superficial catching up. And you know me, I can't give a fuck about that shit.
You don't give a fuck about small talk.
That's why I don't talk about myself much, you know what I mean? And then, you know, people will say something and then I'm like, oh yeah, you know, yeah, I've been doing this for fucking 18 months. And people are like, oh, I had no idea you could ride a horse or whatever it is.
You can ride a horse?
I can, actually, but that was just a random example.
Yeah, I see. Do you see yourself being looking into the future, do you see yourself being like an uncle that kind of chills during a big family party? Do you ever see like Matt's family getting really big? And
so Matt's family's at where it's going to be. I think that they've already decided that's as big as it's going to be.
Family 4?
So it's tough because they're now even further away.
It's messed up.
So when I see them, you know, I don't really get the option to not be the uncle that's there and with them and hanging out.
Oh man.
I don't want to waste the time when they're here. You know? You know, like even Ashley used to say, my brother's wife used to say, you know, she had a bad day, she'd go to her uncle's house, or when she got mad at her parents, she would just go to her uncle's house and stuff like that.
But
I never had that. I don't. My nephew will never have that. We don't live in the same town. We don't live in the same state as them. But even if we were, would I be? Would it? I mean, I have no idea how that would be if I came home from work one day and he was sitting there and he's like, "I'm not going home. I'm staying here with you guys." Like, do I let him stay? Do I, you know, work it out with him? Or I don't even know, because that's not even in the realm of possibilities in how I grew up or with my life or whatever.
Regardless, though, there's a closeness, even though there's a distance with in geography. There's a closeness with y'all because even with some of my cousins' kids who are little Matthew's age,
yeah,
they know me.
Speaking of just his birthday today, as we're recording this, it's Matthew's birthday. So.
Oh, happy birthday, little Matthew. Matt, your brother or little Matthew?
Little Matthew.
Little Matthew, happy birthday, little Matthew.
Yeah, 11. 12?
Shall we sing for him real quick? No?
No.
Why was that such a, from his loving uncle, a fast shutdown?
It's not his show. We don't need it.
Okay, fine.
We've already dated it enough by saying it's his birthday today.
Okay, you're right. Happy birthday.
These recordings are supposed to be nebulous. They could be any day.
Yeah, then don't say as of today.
I was just saying it was a point. We brought him up.
And I offered to sing happy birthday like a nice person.
I'm shutting it down now. Shutting it down.
Anyway.
Cut it all out.
I like that you guys have this closeness because I have some like nephews or like some of my godchildren that I fucking love. They know who I am. They know of me. But then when, you know, the whole thing of when an auntie or uncle says, hey, like, so do you know who that is? What's that person's name? And you would hope to say, they would say, oh, that's Uncle Christian. Oh, that's Uncle Christian. They'd be like, I don't know.
See, I don't know that experience per se.
It's fucked up.
I can imagine.
Yeah. And it's not that I don't see them not that often. I see them maybe once a month at the very least, right? At the very least. Or I'll FaceTime and like always say hi and text and catch up with the parents of those kids, but they still don't know who I am.
No. Well, I know when my cousins started having babies and we started having the second generation in the family, I've always been good. Kids have always loved me. Kids always hang out with me and because we like the same toys and shit. There's only one cousin. Oh, that's great. Rachel. She's just a shy little girl, period. Like she's shy to everybody. So it's not like she's just shy to me and doesn't talk to me. But they all knew me, even from like the oldest baby is Dean, and I think he's like a fucking senior in high school.
The oldest baby is Dean,
and he's now a senior in high school. I'm pretty sure.
Okay,
he's driving and shit, and like
with a name like that.
I mean, he should be 80 years old.
First of all, yeah. By the way, I'm not calling an infant by the name Dean. There's James Dean. There's Dean Martin, both of whom are dead and
Dean
old.
Bean.
And who's Dean Bean?
I don't know. I just that
sounds... Or the dean of a school. Is usually an old white man.
A British principal.
I'm not looking at a child of 18 months and being like, Dean? What is wrong with the fucking
It's the aftertaste. It's the aftertaste. Anyways, so he's gotten older now, right? Okay. And so, but I mean, when he was a baby, like, I mean, babies love me.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Babies and puppies love me.
It's a weird thing.
And I stopped liking babies right around 2. They stopped liking me right around 3 or 4. Okay. And then we come back around right around 11.
So there's a 2-year gap where babies are clinging to you. Like,
and I'm like, I don't want it. Get that thing away from me.
And you have to break up with
cesspool.
The baby. Yeah, cesspool. You calling a baby a cesspool.
You know what I call babies.
I know what I call you, and I call you a cesspool. You call babies old cum. Which is an interesting way to put it, and it is so true. It is so true. To think about that.
I am over just kids in general. I just think if we could just put a moratorium, just stop all babies for 5 to 10 years.
Would you have a kid
pick it up from now.
If they were just, let's say, like let's get rid of the idea of birth, right? Let's save all the women the terror of what I'm about to say. But if you were to like you and your partner were to have a kid and you skip the whole infancy stage,
the stork.
The whole
the stork just comes and drops the baby off at the door.
A stork drops off a 12-year-old or a 7-year-old.
Look, me and Karen have always said, like, you know, would like to adopt an older kid. It's always harder for those kids to get adopted, and they've always usually had a harder life.
So how old would you think?
I mean, I think, I don't know if we said it out loud, but my thinking is like, I don't want to say. I want to find a kid who needs help and I connect with, and I feel like I can make their life better. Doesn't matter how old they are, where they're from, or what they've done. I mean, there's so many kids in this country who need help.
This is your first time telling me this. That's crazy.
Yeah, I'm a pretty good person, actually.
I didn't say that you're not a bad person.
No.
I just didn't know this about you.
No, I mean, this isn't. I mean, we've never discussed adoption with each other. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Like, it's not.
Yeah, it's not like you walk through the door and be like, "Yeah, fine."
I'm adopting a baby, Christian. It's happening.
Honestly,
which that might happen, but it wouldn't be in this all.
I would say, let's have him on the podcast. So, do you like your new daddy?
But I definitely. Oh, gross. I definitely
sorry,
like.
I can't say that.
You know, or I'm more drawn to the idea of, you know, helping, not even like necessarily a child, but like, you know, a person who's, there's so many kids who just never get adopted, and, you know.
You're good. You're a good person.
Yeah, I mean, why not? I mean, if I can, I don't want kids, period, right now. But
neither do I.
And I do think, like, you know, the hardest time is probably teenage years in between 2 and 6.
Mm-hmm. Between 2 and 6, and also teenage years.
Yeah, I would assume those are the hardest times to rear a child.
I could say that.
Everything else is probably a fucking not a cakewalk.
Dude, we were horrible teenagers. Between 2 and 6, I think I was a saint. I think I was maybe a crybaby, but I was so sweet.
Yeah, but we've seen 2 through 6-year-olds now, and I can't stand them.
No, I kind of just want to shove them in a cannon.
Yeah, just like
trip
as they
them
run by,
is the best thing. Yes, because it's not too violent. It's like, okay, they're gonna have like.
Yeah, and I'm also and now on the flip side, I'm also at the point now when I see my niece and nephew like run up and down a hill, I'm like, they're gonna fucking fall. Like,
you're scared of them?
Don't get on the skateboard.
Oh, I see. Sometimes I look at some of my nieces and nephews. I'm just like, no, they're gonna fucking fall.
Because I look at my nephew. He's 11. He's never had a really hard fall. It's gonna destroy him.
He hasn't had a hard fall at 11?
The first hard fall I had, I think I was probably 11 or 12, was falling off a skateboard, rolled down Rose Drive for about 3 or 4 houses.
I think you were going to say 3 or 4 hours.
Days,
all the way to Columbus.
Days. Made it to 2nd Street.
By the way, by the time you got to 2nd Street, you had a beard.
I was just also no skin. Just ripped raw.
Oh, just raw meat.
But I didn't touch a skateboard for like years after that. A good 7 years.
I used to think I was so badass going down the driveway with a skateboard. I've told you that.
Well, but you live on a fairly flat area, especially in Benicia, when you went to your Benicia house. I live on a very steep, very busy hill.
Your shit is a perfect level for
after watching
SSX
Brink,
Tricky.
I was like, I could totally ride down a skateboard on this hill.
We should do it. We should do it as a challenge for the show.
I know where my skateboarding level prowess is. That is not it.
You think you're a better skater than I am, probably?
I can get from A to B.
Okay, I can get from C to D.
What does that mean?
So by the time you get to B, you hand me a baton.
I think I could be a good longboarder. I think that's more my speed.
And you're a long person, so longboard suits you.
Thank you. And the skateboard that I ride on is a hybrid between like the traditional skateboard that we grew up knowing, the Tic Tac, and then like a longboard sort of deal, like what was really popular in the 90s.
I see. What were we talking about prior to this? Kids falling.
That's the best.
Lately, I've been seeing I was at, I think in Vegas, I saw a kid fall.
Oh, it's that new show, Fallen Kids.
I was on the set of this new show that takes place in Vegas, and they just trip a bunch of infants
drop them
from the sky. It's crazy. I saw a kid fall, and the group that owned this kid, they all cheered for the kid, like, "Oh, weird. You did good," weird. Because you're supposed to positively reinforce the kid falling so that they don't cry, or else they get attention.
I thought you're not supposed to react.
No,
because you'll see this once you start seeing kids grow up, especially like at 3, when they fall and they like look around,
they look for attention,
for somebody to be like, "Oh, is he okay?" And then they start crying. But if you like don't do anything, then they're just like, "Oh, fuck it," and then they just kind of like get up and move on,
and that toughens them up.
But cheering seems like an odd reaction,
because I feel like the kid might fall on purpose.
Yes. Now he's Chris Farley. Now he's going to die of a drug overdose at 23.
Oh my gosh, he's going to start throwing himself onto tables.
Look what it did to Chevy Chase.
Yeah, Chevy Chase is an asshole now.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah, so I guess we should not condone positive reinforcement for children at all.
I think the answer is to act like it didn't happen.
Hey, like not even say, "You good?"
No, just because we know what fall is going to break a kid's bone. Kids don't.
Here, okay, let's pretend I'm a kid falling. I'm not going to actually fall on the set.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, all right, let's just say, okay. Oh no, that's me falling. That's it, and I'm looking around, and you just like, do we even look at the kid?
I don't.
Fall?
No.
So we don't.
No, because again, it's one thing if the kid falls from the top of the escalator.
Down an upgoing escalator.
We know it's fucked up.
Yeah.
But if he misses a step and just kind of like, or trips on his shoelaces and just kind of, it's going to be all right. Even if he scrapes his chin.
So as a parent,
it's going to be all right.
As the parent, so like as a bystander, I could imagine like don't do anything. As a parent, you just look at the kid.
Pick him up, make sure he's not broken.
Hey, it's cool.
Yeah. I mean, because you remember as a kid, like tripping or missing a step off the stairs.
Oh man,
it's maybe the scariest thing ever.
That's when I became a performer. I was just like, yeah, I'm like, if I'm gonna hurt myself,
it's happening.
My family better love me more than they love my brother.
I mean, did it work?
Yeah, I think that's partially where my lack of coordination came from, because once I found out,
you are
as a
very
kid,
slapsticky.
Yes, but it was never like, not typically on purpose, but it was just like, oh, if my lack of coordination as a kid has given me this positive reinforcement, then I don't need to be coordinated, because I'm not going to break my fucking leg.
And we've also, I mean, as we've done this podcast, seen like what like the deep-seated like childhood embarrassments that come up. Like that time I knocked over the shelf you like saw behind my curtain.
Yeah.
And like when people see you do your producer like setup pre-party mode, you know, like those are all things that were ingrained in us as a child to stress about and think about and put too much effort into. You know what I mean? Like, and now we're adults and like we see another person react like that and we're like, it's fine. It's not that big of a deal. And it's like,
okay.
And you're like, no, it doesn't. No, you don't get it. You don't fucking get it.
You don't understand. You don't fucking understand where I'm coming from.
Shut the fuck up. You don't know what I'm doing.
Dude, when you knocked over that shelf, I thought it was a bit when you were embarrassed.
Because honestly, I don't know if you'd ever seen like true, like shameful embarrassment from me.
No, not in that moment. I've seen like,
you see me make mistakes and be embarrassed and then like double down for the joke.
Yeah. I've seen you like be like,
but insurmountable fucking.
I feel bad because I made a clip.
I mean, you were making some asshole clips for a minute there, but you know, it is what it is.
Because our dynamic was that. It's just like, let's double down on you being the asshole. Let's double down on me.
And let's show everybody that Alex isn't. He's a fucking goob.
But also, I would make clips of me being completely ignorant, like completely
No, your clips would be like explaining geometry to me and stuff.
Never was that. My whole not shtick, but like who I am is kind of like Christian's he has book smarts. He knows some stuff, but also I'm aloof. I'm just kind of like
a loaf.
A loaf of bread.
A loaf.
Is that how you say it?
I don't know.
Do not correct me right now. If I find out that
it's a leaf,
I will fine. If I'm a fucking leaf, but that's kind of like, I'm fine with just kind of nonchalantly existing. I'm fine with that. I'm fine with people making fun of me like, wait, Christian, what, that's not how you say that. That's not, the saying's not.
It's archipelago.
Yeah. Christian, the saying's not another day, another day. It's another day, another dollar, right? I'm like, fuck it, whatever. I don't care.
It's not snip it in the butt. It's nip it in the bud.
Snip. The fact that people, I used to say nip it in the butt so much. No one, and then it's a plant thing, right? It's a plant saying, right?
The plants said it first, so yeah, it's their words.
Yeah, I know. Plant. I mean, I'm all for plant
rights.
We have
no right to say it. It's their word.
I know. I cannot say bud.
Whoa. Bleep
Cancel
it later.
me. We'll bleep it later.
My bud.
I can't.
That's
I know.
their word.
I know, especially when I say the full word. Ooh. Yeah.
I just saw a clip of Pete Davidson in a movie where they're like he's a racist. He never even saw Black Panther. And he's like, I saw Black Panther, Wakanda forever. And they're like, there's no R in Wakanda.
Wakanda forever?
Wakanda forever. And they're like, there's no R in Wakanda.
It's so good. That's so good, dude.
That's good. That's good. Can we take a time out so I can pee?
Yeah. And then when you come back, let's just do an improv scene.
Okay, I'm good with that.
Whew. I'm gonna talk into the camera. I don't know if I'll use any of it, but
monologue. Do like a tight 5.
Okay.
Do you have 5 that you can do? You think?
No, I don't.
3. See if you can do like 3.
Okay, go pee. Hey! Oh man, good night. Be sure to tip your servers. Shout out to Shout out to all of the stand-ups, to all of the open micers that find the courage to get up on stage every single night to talk about their alcoholism, their drug addiction, their depression, and their lack of love. Sadly, I can't connect with that because my parents love me, and I live a good life. But so, yeah, here I am. How you guys doing? What do you do for a living? You're a doctor. Nice. I just had a best friend whose stethoscope was stolen. That's not funny, but I guess just trying to connect the trauma. Yeah, I'm not gonna keep this in.
Want to do an improv scene?
Yeah, let's do it.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's that thing. It's bad, but it's not as bad as you would think it is.
Hey, little Billy, I just want to talk about your fall outside. You tried to jump all the steps in the backyard. You missed your footing. It was bad, but it's okay. It's fine. Now I have some notes about how you could react better next time. So when you scraped your knee, you looked up for validation from your Auntie Michelle, from your Uncle Job, and from your Tio Jose. And they said, "Are you good?" At that moment, your eyes started watering. So that's where I'm going to dock off some points right there. We need a better reaction from you. Your parents, do you have something to say, little Billy?
No.
Good. All right, because I'm not done giving my notes.
No.
Nothing? Okay, because I'm not done giving my notes. When you looked up at your parents, they only looked at you because I had told them preemptively, we are going to stage a fall for little Billy today at the backyard party. And so they knew not to react because they knew that it would toughen you up. So what are you going to do next time, little Billy?
Watch my steps.
Watch your steps, yes. Do not fall to begin with. Do not fall to begin with. How old are you?
23.
You're a man. You are a full-grown man. How long have I been your coach on this?
22 years.
22 years. We've been working on you for 22 years, ever since you were 1.
But I don't think it's fair when you push me down to prove a point.
We're trying to prep you. We're trying in the real world, Billy.
I wouldn't have fallen otherwise.
If I didn't push you.
I was just standing.
Let's take a look at the past 22 falls that you've had in the past 22 years. So this was last year. This was last year's 4th of July backyard barbecue.
Yeah.
Describe to me what's happening right here.
Well, I'm standing with the sparkler, and that's you with your back to me, and then you turn around and you pushed me with both hands.
Yes, and then how did you react?
I screamed because I was falling down a hill that was full of gravel.
Fail. Who cares if it's gravel? Don't scream.
No, don't scream. It's okay.
Exactly. Let's look at the year before that.
Okay. That was Valentine's Day. It was Valentine's Day at Applebee's.
Yeah, no, they're having their 2 for $20 special.
And I had made that Valentine for Sarah, and I was walking to give it to her, and you slapped it out of my hands and then pushed me down a hill made of gravel.
Okay, and then how did you react when you hit the hill full of gravel?
It was also hot.
It was also hot. It was hot gravel. Yes, because we are trying to challenge you, toughen you up, and challenge you. Yes. Okay, you screamed and you looked around for your parents that weren't there.
Well, what else do you do when you fall down a hill of gravel?
And hot gravel.
Hot gravel.
You say it's okay. You get up, you brush the gravel off of your jeans, and you go tell Sarah that you like her. Now where's Sarah?
She's dating Nigel.
She's dating Nigel. She's dating Nigel because guess what? When Nigel falls, he doesn't scream like a little bitch. Let's look at last year. Before that, the year before that.
This is Christmas.
Yes, Christmas.
I had my seasonal job as an elf at the mall.
Yeah, it was a good gig for you.
And actually, you just pantsed me in front of all the kids.
Because you never know when an old middle school bully is going to come from the cuts and pants you.
I guess I don't.
Yeah, and so I pantsed you. And how did you react?
I think I cried immediately.
Immediately. You should have said, like we rehearsed, my dick is bigger than the rest of the mine. You didn't even read the script.
I didn't. It's a tough. It's a lot of script.
You said my dick is bigger than yours. Mine is not even an actual sentence. Billy, let's go to the year before that.
That was I was 19 in this one, and we're skiing down Mount Shasta, and then I actually didn't fall in this one.
No, this was a good one. This was a good year. This was a good year.
Yeah, no, I didn't fall in this one.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's actually, I was really proud of you. Yeah, that year we actually took you out to Disneyland as a celebration.
Yes, but I wasn't allowed to look at any of the rides.
No, because we know how clumsy you are, and we know how scared you get. Which brings us to an interesting point.
Touch.
Because the year before we brought you to Magic Mountain, and this is how you reacted on a roller coaster.
Well, I mean, I think that a lot of the kids are screaming on the roller coaster.
Yeah, but look at how. Let's zoom in.
Okay. Yes, it's not moving. I get that now.
Yes, it's not moving yet, and you're screaming.
I mean, I see the mistake now.
Yes.
Why don't you show the roller coaster clip from 2 weeks ago?
All right.
I'm also screaming in that one.
Yep, look at that. You're screaming and it's not moving. I don't understand you. Billy, what's going on?
It's the economy, I guess.
You can't just blame everything on the economy.
I'm pretty sure it's the economy.
No, you can't just say that. You're just listening to what other people your age are saying.
It's just the markets and the dumps.
You don't even know what you're saying. It's the markets.
Unemployment's at an all-time high.
You're just saying things that you know from the news.
Inflation.
You don't know what this means. You don't even define inflation for me.
You take a balloon, you make it bigger.
That's not inflation.
That is.
That's not inflation.
I mean,
that's not inflation when you're talking about it in an economical sense. Billy, no, look at that. You're just falling out of your chair because you know you're going to garner attention from it. Get your ass up. No one's looking at you. It's just me and you in my office. You think I'm gonna ask if you're okay? I don't give a shit.
My leg.
You're still half on the chair.
I hate this place.
Here, I know you hate this place, but we're trying to make you a better person because you have a date next week.
I do?
You have a date with Sarah.
With Sarah?
Sarah broke up with Nigel.
You just saying this to get me out of your office?
No. I'm not saying this to get you out of the office. I'm trying to exude some confidence within you because Sarah is willing to give you a second chance.
Wow.
You have a date this time at Chili's.
Oh, Chili's.
So what you're going to do, I'm going to be in your ear the entire time.
Well, won't she see you there?
No, I'm going to be in your ear. We're going to put a wire in your ear.
What?
Like
okay.
a hearing
aid.
Not a hearing aid. That's for the hard of hearing individuals. I'm going to be in your ear feeding you lines.
Feeding me? Shouldn't you be in my mouth?
I'm feeding you Billy. No, this is you're going to go to Chili's. And I'm going to tell you exactly what to say. There's going to be obstacles that I've planted in front of you that you're not going to trip in front of.
Isn't this already hard enough?
It's difficult, yes, but I'm prepping you for the most difficult situations.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I guess so.
All right. Cut to a beautiful montage of like Billy getting ready at Men's Warehouse, and
but there's just like trash cans in front of me as I'm walking. I have to like walk around them. And then, like, I go to get, like, a soda from the vending machine, but, like, 2 get caught. And I'm like, oh, what a predicament.
A whole bunch of traps. A whole bunch of booby traps. All right, cut to Chili's, the actual date. Fuck the montage.
Huh?
Hey.
What?
Billy.
What?
Billy, it's
what?
me. Billy, it's me. It's Dr. Henderson.
Holy fuck, you're in my brain.
I'm in your brain. Now look ahead of you.
I want to change my medicine again.
No. You're okay. Go up to the hostess. The hostess already has a reservation for you and Sarah. Sarah's not there yet.
Okay.
I told Sarah to come 15 minutes after you did. I knew you were going to be 10 minutes late. So Sarah will be coming in 5 minutes.
5 minutes.
Yes. You don't have to be saying exactly what I'm saying.
Everything
okay,
okay, Billy.
Stop. Go up to the
Go
hostess.
up to the hostess.
Right there.
Right there.
Now tell the hostess.
Now tell the hostess.
Table for two
Table
under
for
Billy,
two
please.
under Billy, please.
Table for two under Billy. Table for two under Billy. Is that you? Billy, say yes.
Yeah, yes.
You don't have to fucking yell. It's kind of hot though. All right, Billy, I think she likes you.
Billy, I think she likes you.
What the fuck? Okay, your table's over here.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, thank you.
All right, have a seat right there. Okay.
Can I get an order of buffalo wings?
Billy, you're not supposed to order food
Billy,
yet
you're not
before
supposed
your
to order
date
before the date.
Billy,
Shit.
stop talking.
Billy, stop talking. I'm sorry.
Do you want the
I'm
buffalo
sorry.
wings or not?
No.
Okay, no buffalo wings. Okay. I'll just get you a water. Is that okay? Yes. Do you want water?
I want water.
Okay. All right. Here. Okay. All right. Yes. Okay. Now, using the CCTV that I have from the cross street in front of the Chili's, I see Sarah coming into the Chili's.
Oh, God.
Be cool.
Okay.
There she is.
Should I turn and look?
No. Just act cool.
Okay.
Cross your leg. Cross your leg. All right. Put your hand to your chin, and act like you don't even know she's coming. Okay. That's all right. Okay. And all right. Sarah's coming. Billy.
I'm sorry, miss. This seat is taken.
What?
I'm waiting for Sarah.
It's me, Sarah.
Oh, fuck.
It's me, Billy. What are you doing?
It's Sarah. Sarah's here, right here in front of me.
Yeah.
Should I talk to her?
Are you talking? Yes. Who are you talking to?
Do I talk to her?
Billy.
Yeah.
Stop talking to me.
Should I talk to her?
Talk to her.
What do I say?
But who are you talking to?
Have a seat.
You wiped your nose so hard. Okay. Hi.
Sit.
I'm sitting.
Good. I'm gonna sit here in this chair.
You're already sitting in that chair.
I'm gonna move to that one.
Right next to me?
No.
Come on, make a decision.
Yes.
There you go. All right. So, I mean, are you seeing anyone right now?
I mean, I see you. I can see the host behind you.
Billy, no.
See the bartender.
Billy, this is not. No, Billy.
What?
Just talk to her. Act like I'm not here. Actually, get rid of the bud in your ear. Fuck it. What is that? Oh my God. And as the night goes on, the camera pans
This is
up.
every first date I've ever had. This is modern Cyrano de Bergerac. Scene. This is modern Cyrano de Bergerac.
Yeah. That's exactly, but horribly done.
What?
Horribly done.
Oh, God, I'm hearing the voices again.
Take zero advice from me.
I said everything you said.
You said everything I said.
Where's the problem?
The problem is that you didn't even interact with Sarah. She had dry pussy after that.
You know what? I don't know why Sarah doesn't like me.
You don't know. I mean, what I was going to say, if you'd let me finish the scene, is that the camera pans out and they have a beautiful, wonderful conversation. Who knows?
I think Sarah's a serial killer, and at the end of the day, I go back with her and she kills me and chops my body
you're
into
turning
little
into
pieces,
a thriller.
throws it into the freezer.
You're turning into a thriller.
What would you turn it into?
A rom-com. It's still just a rom-com.
Thriller rom-com.
No, it doesn't have to be. I don't want to. I'm done.
Thrill-com.
Too many genres. A lot of movies are
Thrall-com.
just shoving so many bodies, comedy, horror, thriller, action. I don't know. I've actually seen the movie.
I haven't either, but I did not hear good things.
It's available on HBO or Netflix,
I don't think so.
something like that.
I think of the millions of streaming services, it's not on either of those.
Yeah, you're right. I'm probably just completely wrong. I don't know, dude. You know what I watched for the first time ever? Actually, Ready Player
porn?
One. Oh. You said straight porn. The penis goes inside the vagina. I've just been watching sword fights all day.
Ready Player One's pretty cool.
So good.
It's fun.
It gets a little cheesy when they finally meet each other in person, but other than that,
yeah.
it's just like, oh my God, you're that person? Whoa. But prior to that, everything was so good.
Yeah,
And the twist is
all the
crazy.
references were really cool, and like the DeLorean being involved, I thought was awesome.
Yeah, based on a novel.
King Kong, what a mistake!
I didn't even
they made
realize
a book out of it, huh?
The book came first.
I know.
Oh, you're messing with me.
It's just.
I'm so behind with the culture that I didn't know if you were messing with
If I remember correctly, they put all 3 books into that one movie.
I wouldn't be. It was like more than 2 hours, so I wouldn't be surprised.
Spielberg, he doesn't like doing sequels.
Spielberg, I can see why he is a legend. It was a really well directed movie.
Weird for him to put a lot of his movies into his own movie, though. He's like, we're going to reference all the films that I produced and directed.
Super masturbatory, of course. Also, he has the rights to it, right?
I don't know.
Makes it easier.
Maybe some of them. I know Universal owns most of them.
Then I don't know how it works.
That's why they made like 4 Jaws films.
Oh, because Universal had the rights. Because he only directed the first?
I think so.
We should do a Jaws. We should, if we're...
Jaws 4 is the Meg. Like
Mega here is really good.
They're underwater. They're in like a living thing underwater, and the shark attacks them. It's pretty much the Meg.
I want to watch that. I know that's
the Meg 2. Yeah, it should be out in a little bit.
We should start doing sequels only, like a sequels only edition of movie reviews.
ICBTB 2.
Yes, Grease 2, Titanic 2. What are other bad sequels?
Toy Story 2.
Toy Story 2 wasn't bad.
Oh,
right. That's when they introduced Jesse.
The Empire Strikes Back.
No, that was good too.
Oh, Hangover 2.
Sure, that's actually in the right direction. Hangover 3. Has anyone ever watched?
No, that one's bad. John Goodman's in that one.
That doesn't mean it's a bad movie.
No, but doesn't mean it's a good one either.
Well, do you think John Goodman is only choosing bad movies?
No, I didn't say that. You said that John Goodman's only picking bad movies.
No, dude. Have you seen Cloverfield Lane, 143 Cloverfield Lane?
No, but I saw New Roseanne.
They have a new Roseanne?
Yeah, I remember they brought it back for a minute, and then like they kicked Roseanne off, and they're like, we're still going to do the show, but without Roseanne.
Then what the fuck does it mean? Not for it. Not for it.
Like 7 years late.
Yeah, I'm not
for this reboot of Roseanne that happened 7 years ago.
What do you mean they made a Joey sitcom without the rest of Friends?
Well, the rest of them were not in Hollywood, Christian.
Not for it.
He moved to L.A.
He did.
For his daughter?
We still have to watch that show.
I have watched some of the episodes. It's not good.
Would you ever be interested, just for kicks and giggles, of ever...
no, not for kicks.
But only giggles.
Yeah.
Reviewing like a trashy reality. You know how we did an episode where we talked a lot about Love is Blind?
Reality shows are tough, bro.
I mean, let's just like watch an entire season and we'll talk about it loosely.
We're going to be getting a lot of reality shows in the next couple of years because of this strike. Because
that's what I'm saying. So like maybe we kind of just like put some, every now and then, maybe an episode where we talk about like Too Hot to Handle.
Survivor.
You are super pro Survivor. I need something trashier than that. That's too good of content.
You're not watching enough Survivor then.
We have to defend really bad reality shows.
Or we can defend really bad people.
No, Harvey Weinstein episode?
Like, that's episode 1.
Guys, he's a businessman.
Yeah. And then the next one will be like Jeffrey Epstein.
Yeah.
Be like, he wasn't convicted of anything.
Yeah, these are just allegations.
And then our penultimate final episode will be, of course, Adolf Hitler.
He had a vision, guys.
He was an artist mistaken.
He was misunderstood.
This is why you don't put artists in positions of power.
He never actually killed anyone.
It's honestly the people's fault.
Yes.
The people of Germany's fault.
Yeah, it was the Gestapo's fault. It was the SS.
You know what?
He never actually wielded the gun.
They were there before him.
Mm-hmm. He doesn't even have blonde hair.
I heard he has a puppy.
He has a dog.
He did have a dog, actually.
Yeah, we had a full-on conversation talking about whether his dog went to heaven or not, remember?
And I'm on the side now that dog went to hell.
No, that dog's in heaven. The dog didn't even know what's going on.
But if the dog's man's best friend, wouldn't he go with his owner?
No, we don't know if dog heaven is the same as human heaven, bro.
Oh, that's right. We established Hitler's dog was Jewish.
Yes, there's segregation in heaven.
This is dog Jew heaven. This is dog Jehovah's Witness heaven.
That's Korean heaven, which is way different than there's South Korean heaven and there's North.
They're divided in a different way.
Yeah, I know they are. And North Korea, is there any room in heaven?
No dogs in that one.
No, not at all.
Unless it's on the menu. Mm-hmm. Do you want to plug anything?
Everything that I plug is everything that you plug, basically, right?
Yeah. I was going to plug SAG-AFTRA right now because they're striking. And
dude.
WAG.
Solidarity.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Luckily, we're not beholden to big companies and streamers and stuff, so we can make our shit. We're also not part of that union.
Yeah.
I'm part of a way different union.
Also, we're trying to get our IMDb star meter up, so if y'all got job opportunities for some
apparently if you just Google us, that helps. So
Yeah, Google us. Just Google us. Because we need those numbers.
To make it even better, IMDb us.
Yes.
Go straight to the website.
Yes.
Type our names in.
Is it a family? So I think we were talking about, is it a family plan? Because I have like a plan. Maybe we could add a profile. You have a profile picture on yours?
I've never done a single thing to my page.
We'll search you up after this and let's see if we could add credits. Can we add the podcast to IMDb? Is that a thing?
I don't see why not.
Fuck it. Any work is work, right?
That's not, yeah.
All right. We'll take a look at it afterwards. I think there's actual job opportunities they could look up. But yeah, follow the podcast at ICBTB Podcast. That's on Instagram. We're on Threads.
We are. I need the password because I can't log into either of them.
Yeah, I've been trying to confirm that every single time it says someone's trying to log in from Vallejo, and I confirm it. You're not getting that?
No.
Really? Crazy. All right, we'll try again.
Anyways, call_me Jesus.
Christian has asthma.
ICBTB podcast, ICBTB.com.
Yeah.
ABCfamily.com. Just, all those good things.
Yeah, Lifetime, Oxygen.
TLC.
Yes.
BET.
BET. No, that's their
A&E.
network. What?
A&E.
A and E. Yeah.
TNT.
TNT.
CNN.
I was going to say Spike. I was going to ruin the game. Oh, bad.
Is Spike a channel still? No. Remember the Spice channel?
Through Static.
You remember the Spice channel?
Through Static. Yeah. I don't know. Porn on a regular TV is weird now because it's so readily
the
accessible.
softcore stuff that happens in hotels at like 2 a.m. is weird.
Weird, man.
But they still do it.
Now I don't like music in the background. People used to crave for music in a porn
No,
scene.
I sing. I sing
Proud
show tunes.
to be.
No, I sing show tunes. Like the gun.
That's what you're singing?
Yeah, I love Chicago.
I'm singing Rent.
525,600 minutes.
It prevents me from coming, because
People
I'm thinking
are like,
about
wait
AIDS.
a second, do you have AIDS?
Yeah.
ACT break.
Yeah, that's how you last longer. Because if you're thinking about like a
AIDS.
horrible thing, it's not enough to keep to soften you up. But
What's confusing about Rent is how often they cast straight men to play the gay roles and gay men to play the straight roles.
Oh, speaking of which, do you know in the show Platonic, the husband of Rose Byrne is gay?
No way.
Yeah.
Did you know in How I Met Your Mother, Neil Patrick Harris is gay?
Shut the fuck up! What? What? I thought that was just like...
Oh, you know who else is secret gay?
Who?
Kevin Spacey.
Is that secret gay?
I mean, he keeps trying to downplay it.
He's secret gay for young.
He's secret pedophile.
Secret pedo. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
Sucks because he was so good. Can I watch American Beauty still? Is that okay?
No, you shouldn't watch that for other reasons. But like Usual Suspects would be a good one to say, or Horrible Bosses.
I'm sad, dude. Chappelle had that joke about saying like, man, he should just gotten caught a year later. Should have finished House of Cards. Just one more season. One more season, Kevin.
But would the last season of House of Cards have been better if Hillary Clinton was elected president? Where we're like, now we have a woman president.
Yeah.
Now it's still relevant.
Yes, it would have been better.
So honestly. It's Hillary Clinton's fault.
Yeah.
That Kevin Spacey lost all his work.
It's those emails.
Benghazi!
Yeah. Don goofed, bro. All right, let's get out of here.
Lock her up.
Lock her up. I don't want to end the episode saying lock her up. Whatever your political beliefs are, your conspiracy beliefs are, you believe in them. But, hashtag believe all women. Love you.
We have to take like the religious middle ground, but for conspiracy theories. Believe whatever you want to believe. None of them are harmful. They're not going to really detriment our country.
I'm just trying to be as neutral as possible.
I mean, you know when you have a bad idea, guys. You know when you're choosing the bad horse.
Be a good person is how we should end
it. If you're dressing in all black, I mean, maybe take a look in the mirror.
No, unless that's your choice.
Is this emo night or am I a villain?
Ooh, yeah. A lot of people have been saying it's my villain era. And I'm like, fuck out of here. That
seems like a bad era.
You're giving yourself an excuse to be a bad person.
Adolf.
Adolf said, it's my villain era.
And he put that black hat on with the skull and crossbones, and everyone was like, I guess we're the good guys?
Yeah, and the rest was history. Literally history, and for about however many years World War II lasted. So
I mean, 39 to 45.
Damn, 6 years. All right.
Not that bad. The Beatles were around longer.
Oh, that's true.
You know what?
Still bad.
I don't think so.
Yeah. All right, bye.
Can't be that bad, oh, it 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 can't be that bad.